PWCC is a great way to sell your sports cards. If you're looking for a way to support the Cajun Cardboard YouTube channel, consider using the promo code CAJUN, all caps, C-A-J-U-N, when you're selling your cards on the PWCC marketplace. Hey guys, Brian with Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana with another episode of Explore the Card, where we take a deep dive, very detailed, about a 15 to 20 minute look at a particular Michael Jordan insert or parallel from the 90s. Today's episode is about the 1996 Golden Touch. There's 2 years of Golden Touch, 96, 97. This is the original, the die cut. And this is the card that you see on your screen. Again, the sexiest episode ever recorded, episode number 69. All right, as always, we start by talking about where does this Golden Touch come from? It's an insert. We know that. It's die cut. It's badass. It's rare. It's got crazy pack odds. But where does it come from? Well, it comes from 1996 Skybox Premium. It's a 281 card base set. Series 1 is 1 through 131, and Series 2 is 132 through 281. The big rookies in 1996 were Kobe, Ray, Allen, Iverson, Nash, etc. We've talked about it a million times on this channel, and it's been talked about for damn near, oh my God, it's been 27 years. It's one of the greatest rookie classes of all time. If you look purely at depth and you're not worried about, is it top heavy? Yeah, I shouldn't say it's top heavy. It's just heavy. The top is heavy, the middle's heavy, the bottom's heavy. I mean, you got some amazing rookies from the year 1996. And for that reason, most of your 1996 products are going to be crazy expensive because you could hit Kobe, Ray, Iverson, Nash, go down the list, etc. There's even people out there that collect Marbury and Camby and all these other cats. So the Jordan base cards in the 96 Skybox Premium set, there's two of them. There's Series 1 card number 16, which you're looking at on your screen right here. The PSA 10 copy of that card is about a $250 card. It's a pop $391. And there's been 2,044 graded. So while this was a relatively high-end product, this is it's not the rarest card in the world, right? It's a base card still. It's a 19.1% gem rate for this card that you're looking at here. The second Jordan base card you guys are going to be a little bit more familiar with. It's card number 247. And we'll pull it up. It is a subset card from Series 2, and it is Point Men. And that's your card right there on your screen. This one is about $175 to $200. I think it's as good or better looking card than card number 16. But it is a PSA 10, about a $175 to about a $200, $225 card in PSA 10 condition. And it is a pop 86. So oddly enough, it is not worth as much, and there are many fewer copies of this card. There's only 86 of these out there, which makes me wonder if I got that number wrong. Let me look something up real quick. That's really weird. That doesn't seem right. I'm going off the radar here. That doesn't seem like it makes any sense. Jordan PSA 10, 1996, Skybox 247. That's right. Yeah, so it looks like it's hit 355. Wow, last two sales, great. Go figure. Welcome to the world of Michael Jordan card collecting. The last two copies that sold, one sold for $355, one sold for $170, 8 days apart. Ironically, it was the same seller. It looks like the same picture. That might be some kind of weird screwy thing. I'm going to go with $175 to $200 as the right number here. You haven't seen a lot of sales. Wow, for base card, that's not very many sales. Anyway, all right, sorry, getting back to our deal. We're talking about the Golden Touch, so let's get this out of the way. 11% gem rate for the card that you see on your screen. All right. Let's keep talking about this, and let's look at the insert sets that come along with the 1996 Skybox Premium. There are a whopping 15 insert sets, as you can see on your trading card database, TCDB. If those of you who are interested in figuring out what the hell exactly am I looking at, what website is this, it's an invaluable resource. It's called Trading Card Database, and it is tcdb.com. There's 15 insert sets and one parallel set, and shame on you if you didn't know that the parallel set is this beautiful Star Rubies set here. It's cards number 131 are inserted one per Series 1 hobby box, and cards in the Series 2 are inserted one per Series 2 hobby box. So They've got red foil stamping, as you guys can see, so that's how you can tell the difference of those two. But we're here to talk about the Golden Touch. That's the card of the day. The Golden Touch, it's a 1 in 240 Series 2 packs, and it is die cut. It's 1 in 240 packs. There's 3 of the 10 players in the Golden Touch set here are Hall of Famers. That's part of the reason it's not really talked about as much as the other Golden stuff. Sorry about these ads that keep popping up. I don't pay for stuff. There are 10 players in the set, as you can see on your screen. Only 3 of them are Hall of Famers. That's a 30% Hall of Fame rate. That ain't a high number. For that reason, the other Golden Touch gets a lot more attention. 30% is a really low number for a Hall of Fame rate for an insert set. So Skybox Premium got it wrong on this one. It's a tough set to collect. And the imposters, we talk about who are the imposters in here. Well, here's the deal. Let's talk through this, right? You guys love basketball if you're watching this channel, and you love 90s basketball if you're still listening. Which of the players in these 10 are imposters? Well, it's not Jordan, right? It's not Kemp. It's not Karl Malone, right? So that leaves 7 other dudes. So your eligible imposters would be Vin Baker, Terrell Brandon, Allen Houston, Latrell Sprewell, and Damon Stoudemire. Now, I'm not calling any of these dudes imposters, and here's why. Which one of those guys that I just named, Vin Baker, Terrell Brandon, Allen Houston, Sprewell, Stoudemire, every one of those players except for one made multiple All-Star teams. Can you guess who didn't make multiple All-Star teams? The answer is Stoudemire. Sprewell did, Houston did, Terrell Brandon did, and Vin Baker did. They all made multiple All-Star teams. So at the time, they nailed this, right? It just so happens that Terrell Brandon just never won anything, right? Vin Baker kind of flamed out. I think he got into drug trouble when he was with the Bucks, but it might have been just injury related. Allen Houston was just a fantastic player for a really long time. We know Sprewell was an absolute animal before he choked PJ Carlesimo. Yes, if you're young and you don't know what I'm talking about, a dude actually took 2 hands and tried to choke. Well, he did choke his coach, who was a Hall of Fame coach and a famous coach and a Dream Team coach. So that made the news. Let's just say that. And then Damon Stoudemire was, the Rookie of the Year up in Canada, and he was a fantastic player. So not really any imposters in my personal opinion. All right, so since there's 10 players in here and the pack odds are 1 in 240 Series 2 packs, that means it's a 1 in 2,400 pack odds for the Michael Jordan Golden Touch. This card, in case you're wondering, in case you follow along and collect along with the Cajun Cardboard hierarchy, which, by the way, if you don't know what the Cajun Cardboard Michael Jordan hierarchy project is, go click on the playlist and enjoy. This is a Tier 2 Jordan insert or parallel from the Cajun Cardboard hierarchy. Tier 2. Tier 2 is for the big boys, right? That's where the big boys dwell. So big time card for sure. As always, I disclose to you guys if I have the card, if I don't have the card, how many copies, what grade, all that stuff. This is mine. And this is where we will look to examine the aesthetics of the card. This is my BGS 9.5 mixed gem. Mixed gem is a term that I use when there are 2 9.5s, 2 true gem subgrades, and then a 10 and a 9. A 10 is superlative, a 9 is just below the true gem 9.5, and so we call it a mixed gem. And that's what my copy is. Again, it's not perfect, nor will any Golden Touch from 1996 be perfect. It is, after all, 27 years old. I don't think this is the best looking card in the world. I'll be quite honest with you. I didn't even realize, unless you pay attention, the die cut in the background is on the edge of a G for golden and then a T for touch. And so you'll see GT in the background. Of course, the words Golden Touch in the background and that kind of scary Halloween writing are actually behind MJ, so you can't even see the words Golden Touch. I just don't think this is a great looking card, to be quite honest with you. He's dunking the ball up at the top near the die cut, but you can't see the rim. I don't really know what's going on, but the back of it makes up for it because, as always, we're going to read this narrative, and on the back of it, again, it's a GT, but it's in the reverse negative form, so it's facing the wrong way. The letters are backwards. The narrative says, stay with me here because the last sentence is absolutely epic. Like the baddest villain you'd ever want to meet, MJ struts into enemy arenas with fire in his eyes and blood running hot. You can hear the gasps of frightened onlookers as number 23 reaches for his weapon and finishes off their fallen heroes. Interesting. There's some "that's what she said" potential in there. I'm not going there when he reaches for his weapon. I'm not going to do that to MJ, but interesting always to read the narratives on the back. But that's our card, guys. That's our card here today. I don't think it's as good looking as the other Golden Touch. Let me know in the comments which you'd prefer, the 97 or the 96. But let's give the people what they want. You guys watch this video for one thing. You want to know pops and prices, and I've got pops and prices on the screen for you. What stands out to me in this table? As always, we've got the 2 gem mint grades and we've got the 2 mint grades. What stands out to me first and foremost is that there's freaking 12 PSA 10s. That ain't a lot, guys. There's been 196 graded. There's only 12 PSA 10s. That is a 6% gem rate. Anytime you get into those mid-single digits for a gem percentage, you know you're talking about something that's pretty special. So this card jumps into a very high value when you start talking about PSA 10s. I've got a measly poor man's BGS 9.5 copy, which last sold for $2,400 over the last 6 months. The other thing that stands out to me is we've seen a lot of Jordan cards, even special cards like this, selling over the last 6 months. The gem copies combined, 1 has sold. So there's 85 out there. That's below the 100 threshold, right? We always like to look at how many combined gem copies there are to determine just really how special an elite grade is for this card. And there's only 85 total. Only one of the 85, and it was a BGS 9.5, has sold in the last 6 months. Ironically, not surprisingly, but well, a little bit surprisingly to be quite honest with you, the highest sale ever for a PSA 10 copy was the last sale of a PSA 10 copy, which just occurred very recently. So in the last 6 months, if you look at the pop growth, look at the column all the way to your right, the far column all the way to your right, that shows you how much growth there's been since, I think it's April of 2020 or something like that. Maybe it's April of 2021. There have not been any new gem mint copies added by either grading company. So that just lets you know, and it's not from a lack of trying, because if you look right down below that, there's been 44 mint come back, not to mention how many 8.5s and 8s and 7s and 6s and et cetera, et cetera. So people are taking their shot and they are missing. That's what she said. All right, I got it in. Good. That's your chart right there. If you want to go pick up a BGS 9 or a PSA 9 copy, it can be done. It's a 4-figure card. It's still going to be a 4-figure card in your PSA 9 and BGS 9 in your mint condition, but a long way off from the $17,400 that the last PSA 10 sold for. Now, here's the deal. This is a weird comparison. You know, you want to say, well, shit, I'm just going to buy, 7 of the BGS 9.5s. The things you look at when you're comparing 10s and 9.5s, you look at the gem percentage. It's 5 times as easy to get a BGS 9.5. You look at the pop. It's 6 times as prevalent a BGS 9.5 copy as a PSA 10. And when those two things are kind of pushing towards the PSA 10, it just pushes it way into a completely different stratosphere price-wise. But this is the chart. If you look at what's happened in the last 6 months, obviously we've got no data for the gem copies because none of them sell. Only one of them sold, so it can't go up or down. There's only been one sale, only one price point. The PSA 9 and the BGS 9 have sold 9 times combined, and it's as flat as a fritter, as they say. No movement whatsoever in any way, shape, or form. There is a BGS 10 copy in existence. There are no BGS 10 black labels, but that would be really good looking, to be honest with you. The BGS 10, I wonder what that would sell for. Let me know in the comments. How much more than the PSA 10 Pop 12, $17,400 would the one BGS perfect, true, massive, pristine gem, I say true, it's pristine is what it's called, a BGS 10. How much would that Pop 1 BGS 10 sell for? I wonder. Combined PSA BGS, they've only sold once in the last 6 months, so this is a card to keep an eye on. My suspicion because of that is that maybe if another PSA 10 or another BGS 9.5 hits the market, it may be up. It may go up. I don't know. It may push the price up. Here's the chart if you're ever curious. If you want to look at the all-time PSA 10 chart, there is that inorganic massive jump. It did not sell. I guess January 14th was sort of before COVID. So there's only been one sale post-COVID. What the hell is COVID, you're asking? Yeah, that was this weird thing where everybody believed that we were all going to die. And again, condolences to anybody that did. But most of us that are watching or talking on this video got COVID. And it was almost surreal, and it feels like it was a decade ago. But this card hasn't sold in PSA 10 but one single time post-COVID. There's your chart for the the PSA 10 all time. Your BGS 9.5 chart is a little more like a fat guy on a treadmill. There's some crazy shit going on in here, okay, over the last 2 years. Let's kill the all time and go look at the last 2 years. Wild, wild stuff, as Dana Carvey used to say on Saturday Night Live. It's all over the place. And again, remember, BGS 9.5s, you got subgrades, so all hell's going to break loose. All right, what can we buy on eBay? You're a gambler. You want to open a box of 96 Premium. You've got unlimited deep pockets, FU money. I'm going to go buy some boxes and try to pull this thing. It's a 1 in 2,400 chance to pull a Jordan. What could possibly go wrong? Well, your boxes are $1,300 or best offer, $1,300 or best offer, $1,700 or best offer, and $1,450 or best offer. So you're paying 4 figures to get a box. You may as well, and I'm just, this is the very conservative, old, almost 50-year-old dude. Yeah, actually, I'll be 50 by the time you watch this. Or actually, it'll be close. I'm real close. June 3rd is my day. You're paying 4 figures for the box. Just go buy a PSA 9 or BGS 9 and pay the exact same price to get a mint copy. And don't buy these 4 boxes. Go buy 4 PSA 9s. That's my financial advice. That's about the extent of the financial advice that I'll give. So that's what you're looking at for a box. If you just search Golden Touch and you take out the Fleer Retro, there's an old North Carolina like retro version from 2013 that Fleer did. Don't buy that crap, guys. Buy the original. Buy the OG. This is what you're looking at. This is actually going to end by the time you watch this video. So this is going to be stale, but I'm interested to see where this sells. This is a PSA 8 copy right here, which is sort of the blue collar level, the collector's grade right there. And then this one right here will also end by the time you guys watch. That's already at $1,200. This one's in China. It's at $400. This one is $1,200. This one's got 2 days. This one's got 11 hours. Something weird going on there. I haven't looked at any of these, so I don't know how I haven't vetted the seller on any of these things. But just to give you guys an idea, there are only 6 of these out there. So, if instead of this we plugged in 2018 Prism Silver Doncic PSA 10, we would pull up 127 results. We pull up 6 for the Golden Touch. All right, that is the story of that particular card. I own a 9.5. I am holding it for Cajun Eternity. I own a 9.5 of the 97 Golden Touch as well. So just so you guys know where I stand, we always look at these cards in the different grades. It's a high level, right? High level Jordan insert, a tier 2 hierarchy card in PSA 10 condition. It's a $17,400 card, so that gets you in that high level, and it's a low value card. Even the BGS 9.5, I think it's too low at $2,500, but that's just me, and I do own the copy, so keep that in mind. What are some similar cards? If we had $17,400 to spend, what are some comparable cards that we could buy for that price featuring Michael Jordan? Well, you got the premium players, you got the gold label, red label, and then you got your rave reviews. It should be noted that this gold label, red label, a lot of you guys may not be familiar with this card. It is also a hierarchy card. All 3 of these cards are hierarchy cards, and they're big ones, by the way. But the gold label, red label is actually serial numbered to 100. So we know there's only 100 of these mothers out there. And again, to be clear, I have each one of these cards in gem mint condition, so I have no dog in this hunt. What order would you take these cards in? You're talking about the Golden Touch, which we discussed in PSA 10 conditions, a pop 12, yikes. Pop 13 for premium player, pop what? 2 for the Topps gold label, red label, and then this is going to be an interesting comparison. And then about a pop 17, about the same as the Golden Touch and same as the premium player. Pop 17 for the rave review. The rave review is probably the most popular of these 4 cards. Like, is most aesthetically recognizable by most collectors in the hobby, but it has the highest population of 17. Right? It's not a big number. The gold label, red label clearly has the lowest, but it's probably the least recognizable. And while it is a good looking card, there's a black label, there's a red label, there's the regular gold label base card, and so there's a couple of options to choose from. The premium player is probably right there in the middle, with Jordan being contested by the great Lamond Murray, Clipper legend in the background. So what order would you choose? Here's my order, guys. I'm going rave review 1. I am going premium player number 2. I am going gold label, red label, just purely because of the scarcity, and I would probably taunt people and tell them that I have half of the world's population in PSA 10 if I had it in the 10. I don't have it in the PSA 10. And then I'm going to go our card of the day, the Golden Touch. I'm going to go number 4 on Golden Touch. So Ironically, Golden Touch is the last of the 4 cards that I would choose. I haven't looked to make sure, but I'm pretty sure every single one of these cards is tier 2. A Rave Review, Premium Player, Gold Label, and Golden Touch. All 4 of those cards are tier 2. Let me know what order you would choose these cards in. Your Golden Touch, your Premium Player, your Gold Label, Red Label, and then your Rave Reviews. I'm just curious. I give this card an 8 out of 10, which is kind of about where a tier 2 Jordan card in the hierarchy belongs. So our card of the day for me is an 8 out of 10 on the Cajun Cardboard scale of Jordan card relevance. And that's it, guys. That does it. Do you have any cool stories about this card? Y'all got this card? Let me know if you own this card. Let me know if you're looking for this card. Did today's video help you? Is there anything I can do to make these Explore the Card videos better? I learn every time I do one of these things. I know that the data won't last forever, but I think the background and the foundation and where it comes from and where to find it and who's in the sets and things like that could help some Jordan collectors along the way. I'm trying my best to do some educational and entertaining stuff and keep these videos relatively short. I'm at the 20-minute mark, which is pretty damn good for me because I like to talk, although I talk very fast. So I can get 30 minutes worth in about 20 minutes without taking a breath, as you guys can see, without the aid of any energy drinks today. Believe it or not, I'm clean today, so keep that in mind. So I'm sorry if I've got something wrong. It's probably because my attention span wasn't as acute as it normally is when I've got my C4, my lit energy drink, or something like that, which is probably what's going to send me to the grave. Either that or Jordan card collecting. A lot of crazy stuff going on in the Jordan card collecting world, guys. The Logo Man auto is, I think, at 1.8 million already with like 4 days left. I guess it ends about when you guys will watch this video on Friday, the 30th or 31st. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this Explore the Card video. What do you want to see in the next video? What have you not seen? If this is your first one of these watching, like I said, this is sexy number 69. You got 68 other Explore the Card episodes that you guys can go watch. Also, there's 4 ways to support the channel. I don't charge a subscription fee. I don't take YouTube money, so you're not going to see any advertisements in the middle of my videos yet, as of right now. So if you want to help support the channel, you can buy and sell on PWCC using the promo code Cajun, C-A-J-U-N, if you're selling, and you can use the affiliate link that's located in this YouTube description. Another way that you can support the channel is I've got a PayPal link on here. Instead of a subscription fee, it's completely voluntary. You can click on the PayPal link or cut and paste the PayPal link that you see in the YouTube description for every single one of my videos and shoot over a little chunk of money that way. And that helps support me and what I'm trying to do as far as growing the channel. And then probably the easiest way, and the way that most people have elected, I think I've sold to the tune of about 350 of these things, the Cajun Cardboard Hierarchy Project. I created a poster. And it's got over 300 Michael Jordan cards, graphical images of the front of those cards in a tiered hierarchy from the very tip-top PMG green tier 1 stuff all the way to the very, very, very bottom Jordan inserts and parallels from the 90s. If you're looking to get in, this is the way to get in. It's the way to get educated. Did I mention on the back of the poster is the world's largest pack odds, written compilation on the back. It tells you what series it's in, whether it's hobby, retail, fat packs, cellos. It tells you what the pack odds are. It gives you the title of the cards. And so the way most people use it is they use it as a collecting checklist, as a collecting guide. I'm not telling you what to collect because everybody's got a different budget and everybody's looking to do different things. But this is a nice, easy, foundational framework if you're interested in getting into Michael Jordan card collecting. And it's a great conversation piece as well. A lot of people frame theirs and they put it up and then they sort of put little stickers on them. As they get these cards in a particular grade, they'll put a little sticker on there and then they'll kind of work their way up the hierarchy. And again, it is not the rule. It is just a consensus of a bunch of different Michael Jordan collectors about which cards matter the most to the people that collect Michael Jordan cards. It is not a this is better than that, and the cards are in tiers. They're not actually ranked 1 through 300, etc. So it's a great conversation piece, and it's also a great learning tool, and hopefully you guys that have bought it have gotten a lot of use out of it. It's $75 for one poster because I have to ship it. I do ship it FedEx priority in a tube so it gets to you unwrinkled. It is only $10 for each additional poster, so I'm not charging a lot for the poster. It's just that I gotta pay FedEx to ship the damn things, and so it's $75 for the first poster. It's $10 for each additional Cajun Cardboard Michael Jordan hierarchy poster, and it comes with a tracking number in the mail, and you should get it right after you order it. Most people order, I think, 3.5, 3.5 is about the average, and so most people are paying what is that, about $100, and they're getting 3 or 4 posters. No matter where you live. I only ship to domestic USA. Just keep that in mind. If you've got a poster and you like it, if you don't mind, mention it. Pass it along to a friend. It's a great way. I've got 1,000 of these things. I've got about 650 left that I need to sell over the next few years to get my money out of this thing. But that's it, guys. So let me know in the comments if there's anything I can do better. If I got anything wrong, let me know that as well. Didn't it seem like that Pointman card should be worth more money? It's only a pop 86 and a PSA 10 is only $170. It didn't make a lot of sense to me. I don't know why. Anyway, keep collecting as always. Stay positive. Keep collecting. Hold on. Keep collecting. Stay positive in the hobby. I'm getting old. I'm almost 50. And peace.